Some places are known for their beauty, others for their mystery. But a few places are known for something far darker. Stanley Hotel is one of those places. Tonight, I will share with you the scariest experience of my life. The night I dared to ghost hunt in one of the most haunted hotels in America. The haunting history of Stanley Hotel. Nestled in the scenic Rocky Mountains, the Stanley Hotel is a stunning and historic landmark, famous for inspiring Stephen King's The Shining. But behind its grand facade lies a chilling reputation. Built in 1909 by inventor Freeland Oscar Stanley, the hotel has been the site of numerous paranormal reports for decades. Guests claiming to hear ghostly children laughing in the halls, doors opening and closing by themselves, and mysterious figures appearing in the middle of the night. The most haunted room? Room 217, where a tragic explosion injured a chambermaid in the early 1900s. Many believe her spirit still lingers, along with other guests who never left. In November 2021, I decided to spend a night there, documenting the experience. What happened was more than I could have ever imagined. I was about to live through the scariest night of my life. The night started like any other. I checked into the infamous Room 217, known as the hotel's most haunted room. As soon as I stepped inside, I could feel the air was different, thicker, heavier. The room was beautiful, with antique furniture and a large bed, but there was a sense of unease that settled deep in my bones. The receptionist had smiled politely when I mentioned my ghost hunting plans, but her eyes told a different story. "Good luck," she said quietly as I walked away, a hint of warning in her voice. At 10 p.m., I set up my camera equipment, EVP recorder, and flashlight. The plan was simple: stay up all night and see if I could capture any paranormal activity. What could go wrong, right? By midnight, things started to get strange. It was quiet. Too quiet. The kind of silence that makes your ears ring. I walked the halls of the hotel with my flashlight, stopping by the grand staircase, which was known for unexplained shadow sightings. As I stood there, I suddenly heard something faint. At first it sounded like the wind, but then it became clearer. A whisper. A woman's voice, soft and low, calling my name. "Come back," it said. My heart raced as I turned, shining my light behind me. But no one was there. The hallway was empty. I hurried back to room 217, locking the door behind me. My hands were shaking as I played back the audio recording. There it was, a clear voice saying, "Come back." My skin prickled with fear. Who or what was trying to communicate with me? I sat down on the bed, trying to shake the uneasiness. The room felt colder now, and the lights flickered briefly. My camera, which had been recording for hours, suddenly shut off without warning. No battery issue, no malfunction, it just turned off. Then came a noise. The closet door across the room creaked open, slowly. My eyes locked on it, and my breath hitched in my throat. It had been closed, I was sure of it. I stood up, flashlight in hand, and approached the closet. The old wooden door groaned as it swung open wider. Nothing was inside, just darkness. But the air inside the closet felt unnaturally cold. I reached out to touch the wall, and that's when I heard it again. A woman's voice, whispering from within the closet, saying, "Help me." I stumbled back, heart pounding. I grabbed my camera, but as I tried to turn it back on, the closet door slammed shut with a force that rattled the entire room. I was shaken, but determined to keep going. Around 2 a.m., I left the room again, heading for the hallway where other guests had reported seeing shadowy figures. As I reached the end of the hall, I felt an intense pressure in the air, like I was being watched. Suddenly, from the corner of my eye, I saw it, a shadow. It was tall, human-like, but not quite right. It moved quickly across the far end of the hall, disappearing into the wall. Chills ran down my spine. I pointed my camera towards the spot, but there was nothing there. I replayed the footage, nothing, but my eyes hadn't lied. I saw something. Just as I was about to turn back, I felt a cold hand on my shoulder. I froze, fear coursing through my veins. I turned around slowly, but no one was there. The hallway was empty, but I could still feel the icy touch lingering on my skin. The piano plays itself around 3 a.m. I wandered to the hotel's grand ballroom, where a beautiful old piano stood near the far corner. Many guests had reported hearing music playing when no one was around. I stood there in the stillness, waiting. At first it was quiet. Then, just as I was about to leave, a single note echoed through the room, followed by another and another. The piano was playing itself. I stood frozen, watching the keys move on their own, a soft, eerie tune filling the room. I could feel a presence there, something unseen but undeniably real. Then, just as suddenly as it had started, the music stopped. The room fell silent once more, but I could sense I was no longer alone. I rushed back to room 217, shaken to my core. The final terror by 4 a.m. I was exhausted, emotionally drained from the night's events. I sat on the edge of the bed, trying to calm myself down, but the room felt wrong, like it was closing in on me. The lights began to flicker again, and I heard footsteps pacing outside the door. Then, the doorknob began to rattle violently. Someone or something was trying to get in. I backed away from the door, heart racing. The pounding continued, growing louder and louder until it abruptly stopped. Then the door swung open on its own, but no one was there. I knew I couldn't stay any longer. Grabbing my things, I fled the room, rushing out of the hotel into the cold night air. I didn't stop until I was safely in my car, miles away from that haunted place. The aftermath: I never went back to the Stanley Hotel. The footage I captured that night was disturbing. Unexplained shadows, strange whispers, and the piano's eerie music. But it wasn't just the footage that haunted me. It was the feeling of something dark, something malevolent that I couldn't shake. The Stanley Hotel remains one of the most haunted places in America, and after that night, I have no doubt why. The spirits trapped there are still restless, waiting for those brave enough to venture inside. Thank you for watching this episode from The Lures of the Past. If you enjoyed this journey into mystery and intrigue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our next tale from the past goes live.